Hello, welcome 2024, and I'm coming back with videos on topics related to womb wellness. Well, I realized that a lot of women ask me questions on what is womb healing and what does it entail, what do we do in all of it, what is the meaning of a womb space, and women just seem to be lost. And if the women are lost, the men will be even more lost. So I decided to make a series of videos. And this is the first one where we're going to talk about what is the womb space. And I'm also going to be doing another video following this, which is called the 13th Muneki Rite, which is the rite of the womb. So a little gift from me to you and the lineage of healers from jungle medicine. So let's begin with a little presentation on, or a little information on what is womb healing and womb space. So here is the presentation. It's called Building Connection to Your Womb, the 13th Muneki Rite. Okay. So the flow is going to be like this. What is the womb space? How to build an energetic connection to your womb space with sound, voice, and breath, and the awareness of what awaits for us in the womb space. And the 13th Muneki Rite and the womb attunement will be a separate video. So what is the womb space? Now, this can be a physical space, a metaphorical space, it can be a spiritual space, where when we look at it from a physical point of view, it is the uterus and the space where the uterus is located. And I'm going to show you in the subsequent slides where exactly in the body this is. Now, the womb is also known as the uterus, which is the medical term, and it's a pear-shaped organ, which plays a central role in reproductive health. This is where a fertilized egg implants and develops into a fetus during pregnancy. However, the concept of a womb space goes beyond just this physical knowing of a uterus and the cervix and the fallopian tubes. It goes beyond the physiological function, and it encompasses broader meanings like emotional, spiritual, and symbolic dimension. Let's see what those are. So if you look at a physiological, this is the typical, medical diagram that you will find in all hospitals or gynec and obs clinics of doctors, where you have the pear-shaped organ, which is the uterus. On two sides are the two ovaries, which have all the eggs. And then on the side of the uterus, on two sides are the two fallopian tubes. So if you can imagine your body to be like the uterus and your two arms as the fallopian tubes, and you have these finger-like processes, which are known as the fimbriae. So the uterus is pear-shaped, and at the mouth of the uterus is the cervix. And then it goes into the vaginal canal. So this womb space is, and it is present in the pelvis. Okay. So you can see the position of the uterus within the woman's body. It is below the knee. It is a dynamic organ. It undergoes massive changes throughout a woman's life. So how it is present in a young girl before she gets her periods, is very different. Or, the presence of the cycle that starts, menstrual cycle, from the time she is in her reproductive age group. Once the woman starts or the young girl gets into a sexual life, then how it changes. How it changes after a woman gets pregnant and, the gravid uterus growing after delivery, and over the years when menopause sets in. So it is such a dynamic organ, and it is so deeply connected and rooted to a woman's body, because as the life cycle of the woman, so the life cycle of the womb and the womb space. Okay. So if we are connected to this space, it's going to teach us some things about our life. Now, the reproductive significance, the womb is the epicenter of reproduction. I mean, it's not present in a man, the physical uterus. But we can think of the womb space as encompassing all genders. Okay. This is where the miraculous process of conception, gestation, and childbirth occurs. It holds the potential for new life. You know, in a world where we are always faced with the thought of, oh, this is ending, oh, this is death, oh, this is the end of life, this organ, this space holds the spark for new life. And it is intricately linked to a woman's fertility. We then go to the metaphorical significance. Now, what is a metaphor of the womb space? It is deeply, deeply symbolic. And you will find this in artworks, in Native American culture, in our own Indian culture, in the Egyptian culture, all of it pointing to the birth, the death, the rebirth cycle. So the womb is deeply connected to feminine energy, to creativity, to the intuition. Okay, it'll tell you what is to come and the cycles of life. So this is seen as a sacred vessel. It's capable of nurturing and bringing forth life. You know, in most of our Indian festivals, when we celebrate New Year, so there is something called as Gudi Padwa. And what is kept outside the window, you know, they have a little kalash. Kalash is like a little pot, and then they keep a coconut on it, and then there are these little mango leaves that are placed around. What does the pot signify? It signifies the womb. This is like the cauldron. And if you look at a metaphorical significance, you will see the pot everywhere. We're cooking in pots. Okay, we hold our flowers and plants are growing in flower pots. Something that holds us. That is the metaphorical significance of the womb. Okay. We then go to the emotional and energetic aspect. So a lot of clients that I've been having over the years now, over the last 10, 12 years that I've been working with womb healing for my many clients, the emotional and energetic aspect that comes up is that particular space in our energetic body is like a little go down, you know, where you're sending all your extra stuff for storage. So this is, you know, extra emotions, extra pain, or a cold storage. Who knows? I mean, I can call it either as a pantry, or you can even consider it to be like a refrigerator, like a cold storage, where you're just sending all your frozen emotions there. And now when you pay attention to your womb space, you are then able to give the light and the love, the warmth of that love to that frozen space, and it allows for that emotion to come up. Now, we are doing this in a very controlled environment. So when a womb healing happens, there is use of different energetic modalities like the sound, like voice, like Reiki or reconnective healing, different kinds of energetic modalities that will help for these frozen emotions. And then you are releasing and letting go of these emotions in the presence of a trained practitioner, a womb practitioner. And that helps you to kind of tide over this pain, you know. So on an emotional and energetic level, this womb is considered a reservoir of emotions and memories. And we store lots of memories, believe me. Sometimes I get clients who are also remembering stuff from past lives, you know. And so that is how it just cuts through layers and layers. And we know Carl Jung's famous line, when you don't make the unconscious conscious, it runs your life and you call it fate. So what is unconscious in us? All of it is lying here in the womb space. Some holistic healing practices, like certain forms of meditation, energy work, connecting with healing and emotional aspects of the womb. So this can really bring you closer to yourself, to know who you are. We look at the womb as the seat of femininity and empowerment of the feminine. In this world, which has been so focused on the masculine aspect, the doing, because that is what is all about the materialism. It brings us stuff, we get in the money, we get what we want. It's all about achieving, acquiring, which is very good. But if we do not balance it with the feminine, then we're going to get into a rat race and we're just running around and round and round. There is no beauty, there is no creativity. So here, when you work with your womb and you connect to your womb, in many cultures, it is seen to be the source of feminine power and wisdom. Cultures recognize the symbolic importance of the womb as the seat of creativity. There is intuition there. women are naturally intuitive because we also have the, physical womb. And for men, they have to cultivate or grow that, their whole intuitive capability. But not for us. We come with that. We have that sixth sense. It's given to us. And as women, we have to connect to it and know what it is. Yeah. And be that divine feminine that we're called to be. There is a deep spiritual connection too, especially when I started my journey with womb healing. I never knew what I was in for. But while working with it and being a woman and having the physical uterus in the body, it kind of was very relatable for me when I connected to the feminine spiritual space. Okay, it's a sacred space where I started connecting more with the cycles of the cosmos, like cycles of the moon, cycles of the sun, cycles of nature, the, the rain, the sun, the summer, all the seasons. It's amazing how the feminine or the female body connects to these wisdom, to the wisdom of the seasons and nature so easily. We don't need any other metaphor other than, the spiritual connect with nature, and nature as spirit guides us on our daily life. So the concept of sacred feminine, which represents the nurturing and life-giving aspects of existence. Here in India, we have a deep-rooted honoring of the feminine through the goddess worship, through Devi worship. We've got beautiful books written on it. We've got wonderful temples, all of it bringing us closer to the qualities and the myriad faces of the divine feminine. We look at holistic well-being. Now, when we talk about holistic approach to women's health, I am a medical doctor and I learned Western medicine. And I love medicine. I'm a true doctor, and I feel very happy that because of medicine, we have made so much of progress today. We are having so many of us living longer lives because of the progress that Western medicine has done. At the same time, one of the drawbacks of Western medicine is that it looks only at the symptoms and it treats the symptoms. We have then other forms of medicine like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, which go deeper, maybe go 2 or 3 steps behind and try to check on the emotional aspect. We have homeopathy too, where they take this detailed history about your family and everything, because they're now trying to locate the root of the problem. And many a times, because of our emotional connect, we're holding on to a lot of information, memories, and a lot of stuff in our unconscious. And this is also proven through Carl Jung psychology and many other psychologists. What the holistic approach does is we look at the psychological aspects, we look at the mental aspects, the emotional aspects, along with the physical symptoms. And when you work with it together, that is when we arrive, excuse me, at a place where a woman can experience support and health and vitality through her womb and her entire body. This is also a space for self-exploration. What a beautiful picture. This is the picture of the yoni, and then that is the path that goes in. I have a special process where we connect to, we do a womb temple building exercise, and there are 11 gates. When you pass right through your yoni and into, of course, the yoni is not only the vagina, the yoni is everything, passing through your vagina into the cervix and into the womb. And that journey is so beautiful because you are now covering literally your own life journey. So exploring the womb space can be a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Who am I as a woman? Where have I been shamed? When was I abused? Was I abused sexually? Do I hold the wounds of abandonment? Do I hold the wounds of rejection? All of the lovers, that the woman has been in contact with, whenever there has been a sexual exchange, holding up that energy of the sexual partner, how it's affecting the life. So this whole journey that the woman goes through, she's able to let go of some of the memories, and that empowers her. It involves a deeper connection with one's body, understanding the rhythms of the menstrual cycle, embracing the unique qualities of femininity. We're in a world where we want to be, shoulder to shoulder with the men, and we are marching together all the time. But we're women. We're born as women. And some of the gifts that we have, our men, our brothers don't have, right? And we cannot ape them. Then what are we doing? We're increasing the testosterone in our body, and then we're getting up all kinds of syndromes like PCOS and endometriosis and blah, blah, and so much of the other stuff. Let's be women and hone that power as women and take that energy forward into the world. So this can be only done when you explore your feminine side. So understanding and acknowledging the significance of the womb space will contribute to a holistic and empowered approach to women's health, right? Now, how do we build an energetic connection to the womb? There are 4 steps. There's womb breathing, there is the womb mudra, okay, and we have womb body movement and the breath work with voice. So what am I going to do? I'm going to teach you the womb breathing. You can do it with me now while on class, and let's see how the womb space opens up for us. Okay. All right. So let's begin with the womb breath. Now for the womb breath, I want you to sit in a comfortable position. Keep your feet apart, okay, so that your external genitalia are kind of open and aired. And you take a breath in. When you breathe in, you imagine that the breath of air is passing through your vagina. It's passing through your reproductive organs right up into your womb. And from there, when you breathe out, it's passing out from the womb and out through the external genitalia. So when you do this, the breathing in and the breathing out, you are airing your own reproductive system. So let's do about 6 breaths. Take a breath in and out. You may breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Full focus on your reproductive system. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. We will now also do the yoni mudra. I'm going to share again. So the mudra is very simple. As shown in the picture, you join your thumb together and your index fingers and all the others are folded inwards. And holding this in space, holding this mudra, we will now chant the syllable green. In green, you will give a kind of hold it in this mudra, okay? And we will chant green. Let's do it again 6 times. Take a deep breath. Green. Green. Breathe. And you can go on chanting, and this will take you into a deeper, deeper space in your womb. You can then connect to the silence and notice what messages your womb space wants to bring to you. How do you feel in your body? What does the energy feel like? So do this regularly as an opening practice for connecting to your womb. Another way of doing an action or some form of body movement to connect to your womb is by doing certain body movements, which are very simple. What you can do is, focus on your lower belly area, and you can just turn and go in circles to your right. You can go in circles to your left. You can also draw the figure of 8. Okay? That will get also the energy moving in your belly space, your womb space. And if you like doing belly dance, you can raise your pelvis up, the left, the right, and in front and back, and front and back. So twerking is supposed to be a good exercise for your kamara, okay, for your womb space. So few exercises, few tools, a little information on womb healing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you, and I love you all. My name is Dr. Evelet Sequeira, and I'm a womb healer in service to the womb. Bye-bye.